Oh boy, y'all. Oh boy, oh boy. We've had a great 4th of July, haven't we? Um, let's talk about something. Let's talk about friends. Um, we all have friends, right? You have friends. If you don't have friends, you have somebody that has a friend, or if you ever had a friend, you've had one before. Um, should your friends, is it okay if you fuck your friends? Or should you not cross that line? How do you feel about it? Let's get into it. I have some things I want to talk about, some stories I want to tell, and just get into some things to really open up the chat room. Open up some dialogue and really get the discussion going, because I saw this discussion going on Twitter about having sex with your friends. Let's get into it. Linkin with Robbie. So dude hit me in my DM, right? And I'm just like, all you niggas freak out, and that's just all it is. First off, girl, fuck him. And you are now listening to Linkin with Robbie. Welcome back to the Linkin with Robbie podcast. Yes. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? I'm just doing some life updates, checking on everybody's mental health, just checking on your state of well-being right now. How are you feeling? Are you feeling good? Good. All right. So where I'm at mentally right now, I'm in a transition period. Like I've said a few times before, right now I'm just trying to build up what I'm doing, build up the momentum of where I want to go with my life, and really make some changes, like some serious changes. You know what I mean? Which is what I've been doing, which is why I've been staying home more, reading more, listening to more music, just really expanding my horizons and my palette. So that way, when I do transition, it won't be so much of a culture shock, because there's going to be some transitions made and you guys will see it soon. 4th of July weekend just passed. I had a great time. I didn't really do much. I got some fireworks for the kids. Spent too much money than I was supposed to, but next year when I do it, I'm going to do it way bigger. Like, I am going to do it way bigger. I had my little cousins in town. They've been here for the summer, and my little cousin, she remembers the last time I did this, so she was just like, you have to get fireworks again, Robert. Are you going to get fireworks again? Are you going to get fireworks again? And I'm just like, everybody, take a seat, okay? Fireworks are going to come. Fine. So I did that. I'm going to go bigger next time because I want the big stuff. I want the stuff that make you want to run. It's that hood mentality. I don't know. Get over it. But outside of that, like I said, I've been really cleansing my body and cleansing my mind and getting my aura right and my chakras. Like Lauryn Hill would say, she's getting her chakras in line. I've been getting my chakras in line, just making sure that I'm good mentally, I'm good spiritually, and my soul is intact, because I don't want to lose that. Oof, the bars. Anyways, what else has been going on lately? Not a lot has been going on. Really, like I said, I've been staying in. I haven't really been socializing and talking to anybody that much, which I'm going to get back into. I'm going to start networking. I'm going to start back communicating with people, socializing, and getting back out there. I said I want to go to the gym and get my body right. Like honestly, like, look at me. I look okay. I look okay. But of course, for those who can't see, of course, but I look okay. But I want to get my body right. I'm going to get my abs right. I'm going to get my pecs right. I'm going to get my arms right, my legs, my thighs, my ass, all that. And then I'm going to start getting my tats right. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be a whole full transition from the inside to the out, physical to the mental, from the mental to the emotional, from the emotional to the spiritual. Like, I'm on all that time. That's what I'm on right now. I'm on that type of time. It's about rebuilding Robbie. and bringing him to the level of comfortability that I need to be. Because I do feel that there are times where we do beat on ourselves. There are times we are harder on ourselves. And there are times when we don't allow ourselves the room to grow and prosper because we're so critical. We're analyzing everything we're doing. We're overthinking everything we're doing. We're comparing ourselves to other people. We see what people are doing on social media. We wonder why we're not doing what they're doing. So then we start overthinking and being like, oh my gosh, what am I doing wrong? Where should I fix it? Where should I go right? It's not about that. It's not about that. You only get one life, and you have to really take hold of what your life is. Create your narrative, create your storyline, figure it the fuck out, and you control your path. You be your own fucking driver. Don't sit in the passenger seat. Don't be a passenger princess in your own life. Be the driver. And that's what I'm trying to do. So since I've been doing that, I want to change some things around, implement some new things to my episode format. Now, you guys have seen me try these things before, but I'm just going to do it in a little bit different way. Okay. All right. So you already know what it is. It's time for gay shit segment, where I talk about gay shit. You're not just any old gay shit, just shit that actually applies to my community, LGBTQ community, where, you know, shit happens in our community. And I want to talk about it. It could be things that pop up on the timeline, things that pop up in current events, or things that's just going on day to day in our community. So let's get into the first thing that I saw the people discussing. I noticed a few people was having a debate about whether the second hole is a myth or not. Now, for those who may not know what a second hole is, let me pull out my good Judy Urban Dictionary. I like to get to a Urban Dictionary, you know. Why go somewhere that's really credible when I could just pull out the good Urban Dictionary? You know what I mean? So here it says here, the second hole. In anal sex, this is the deeper part of the rectum where the colon begins. There is a muscle there that, like the rectum, has to open up. And for men who are endowed enough to reach it, feels like hitting the second hole inside the first one. So basically, if you ever heard a nigga say, or you ever heard a top say in a porn, or if they just said it to you in general, when he says open up, it's because he's trying to reach your second hole. So he may have gotten past the first surface hole, I guess you could say, right there, you know, your hole that you can visibly see. He's got in there, right? He's opened that. He's been able to get through in there. But he's not able to really hit that spot like he wants to and really put it in your stomach. You know what I mean? Really put it up there. So to really do that, you have to relax a little bit more. There's another muscle that allows for them to hit that hole. Now, if the top know what he's doing, he can get to that second hole without any issues, any hiccups. But sometimes they can be too rough. You may have instances like, you know, Fat Rabbit Killer who be leaving them bloody and gaped up, or Yardie Style that does the same, or other big dick tops that don't know what they're doing. They just know how to ram it, and that's what they do. I'm not a fan of all that. I can't stand when a nigga is telling me to hurry up and open up. Nigga, I'll open up when I feel comfortable. Make me comfortable, and then you can hit that second hole. Some tops have been able to do that without making me force or like make it happen. You know what I mean? Like, they weren't making me open up. Like in my past, I don't even want to say names. In my past, I had somebody who was able to show me how to relax my muscle back there and really allow myself to open up and really invite him in. Not all are able to do that. Everybody's not able to do that. They're not able to make you or get you to relax in that manner without forcing or making it hurt or aggressive or any of that bullshit. And I saw a debate about whether it was real or not. And I was like, wait, Since when did we start not believing in the second hole? That's not a myth. It's not technically a hole. No, it's not another hole there. But there is a point when you're having anal sex that once you get past the first barrier, you're not still in there. And you know when you're in there. When it is open up, you know, because it's like, it's a different feeling. It's a relaxing feeling. I've had some, as a verse, you know, because I'm versatile. I've had some instances where I couldn't open fully. And I've also had instances where I was topping and I couldn't open somebody fully. You know what I mean? Because they may have not have had sex that much, or they're very, very nervous and uncomfortable. So it's all a mindset thing. And then there's some people that just aren't able to relax that muscle that easy. It's a muscle that has to be relaxed, and it can be relaxed through pre-gaming. What some people like to call pre-game. Before you have sex, you may use a dildo to kind of loosen up the second hole, so that when somebody gets in there, they can just go right on in. I don't want you just to go right on in. That was just something I was seeing brought up. I saw it on the Gay Neighbors. I follow this blog on Instagram called The Gay Neighbors LLC. I think it's something like that. And they post a lot of content like current events, shady, ratchet, whatever, just all type of gay stuff. And I was browsing on it and I saw that topic, and it made me want to stop and say, okay, she got me there. Another thing I saw them post, they was talking about, who was it that asked? I can't remember who asked it, but somebody asked from the content creator world. They asked basically that they basically said in the ask, they basically said that there should be a Love Island but gay version. And I pondered, because I'm like the 1% in America that does not watch Love Island at all. But I do know a lot of people do watch Love Island and they love Love Island. And I think what would get me sold to watch it would be if there was some gays on there. Now, yes, I know it would probably be a big old orgy. Yes, it'll probably be messy, and it'll probably be a bunch of mess. But it'll be so entertaining to get a bunch of gays on the island and have them forced to. I don't know what happens on the show, so don't make me lie, but I think it's a competition. I don't really know. People get sent home, so I'm going to assume it has to be some type of competition, right? So, yeah, to have a gay version of that would be perfect. I would love that. I really would. No tea, no shade. Now, another issue that's been going on. I don't know if you guys recall. I think it was maybe last year, maybe the year before last, or it might have been this year. Everything feels like a blur sometimes. Sometimes things feel like it's years away, and then sometimes it feels like it was just yesterday. I don't know. But basically, Megan was being accused by one of her employees, assistants, or something like that, who was gay, who said that she forced him to watch her have sex. Now, I did see a lot of people in the comments on the Shade Room and Neighborhood Talk and everything, and everybody was like, nobody forced you to be in that car. Why you ain't jump out the car and run away? And I'm just like, the car was moving. Now, we're all freaked out. I get it. This generation, this time period in life and era, we all freaked out and we like doing some freaky shit. I love it. You can't force people to watch you have sex. And even if you aren't forcing them, not deliberately like tying them up and saying, watch me have sex, you can't put them in a predicament where they have no choice but to watch you have sex. And especially not an employee. That's not appropriate. And I think a lot of people have blurred the lines of what's appropriate and what's not appropriate, and they've forgotten what's legal and what's not legal. And it's just so crazy because all these lawsuits and civil suits keep coming out, and people are like, wait, that's not a crime. That's not a crime. Yes, it is. You cannot make somebody watch you have unsolicited sex. Like, if I'm your Uber driver, right? Because I've seen this, and trust me, I've wanted to do it. I have wanted to do it, but I've seen content creators get in Uber cars. Now, I don't know if it'd be a setup, if this is really what's going on. I don't know, but I've seen plenty content creator videos where they're in the back seat. They got the Uber driver and they're in the back seat and they beating their meat. technically, I believe that's sexual harassment. And you can't do that. So if they wanted to file a complaint or if they wanted to sue you or press charges, they could do that because you will be put on the sex registry list. You can't do that. Same way if an Uber driver was driving me around and decided to pull his dick out while he was driving, if I wanted to, I could press charges and say that's inappropriate. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Now, as long as they're consenting to it, then it's cool. But if they're not consenting to it, and I think that's the part that gets blurred. No one's saying you can't do freaky things. No one's saying you can't. If you're into being voyeuristic and you like being watched or you want to watch other people, cool. I love being watched. I like watching other people. But you can't put somebody in a position where they're basically forced to do it or coerced to do it, or they have no choice but to watch and they don't really want to. If they didn't consent to it, if it wasn't like them beforehand, like, hey, I'm finna go do this, me and Junebug finna fuck in front of you, is that cool? And you be like, yeah, I want to see, that's different. But if I'm sitting here just minding my business and I look up from where I'm looking at and I can see you and Junebug getting it in and you throwing it back on them and everything like that, and I didn't want to see that, yeah, that's harassment. You're forcing me to watch something I don't want to be a part of. And I think that's where a lot of people are getting it confused at. And a lot of people think, I don't know, like they come up with so many excuses and justifications for it when it's not okay and it's not right. I'm not saying that you can't be freaky, but maybe there's a law. So I do believe it happened. I believe Megan got drunk one night and was fucking in front of him, allegedly. And do I think she forced him to watch it? No. Do I think he probably was just watching it and was like, I can't believe she's doing this in front of me? And he probably was uncomfortable. Whatever. Regardless, you can't do that. Like, you just can't. And I think that's just where all this needs to begin and end. Get consent, people. Just get consent. Get verbal consent. Get written consent if you can. Get fucking consent. And keep in mind and remember, just because someone consents to something on Monday and they decide to change their mind on Thursday, it's no longer consent. Okay? Everybody, we're all on the same page, right? Okay, great. I just want to make sure I haven't lost anybody, because I know sometimes I get wrapped up and I might lose a bitch. And I don't want to lose a bitch. Okay? Now, here's another segment that also is part of the gay shit thing I like to do. But I've been browsing on the Reddit, right? There's like an Ask Gay Bros and there's an Ask Black Gay Bros Reddit, where people just go on there for unsolicited advice or just guidance in this gay fucking world. And I decided I want to see. Let's see some questions. Let's see what I can pick up real quick. Let's see what this one says. Okay, so the first question I have is, I have bottom for the first time 2 days ago, and my hole is still sore as fuck. Wondering if it's normal to feel this sore after 2 days. Okay, now, it is normal. It's normal when it's your first time, like, and you've never done it. Yes, and depending on how big they are, how rough they are, how long they go, as far as, you know, the process of the sex itself, how long it is, yeah, that will determine how long your recovery process may be. For me, I can say when I lost my virginity, like I told you guys, I lost my virginity at school, high school. I was sore to the next day. Like, kid you not, I was sore to the next day. So I know for a fact that's true, that it can be there too. And he wasn't like the biggest, he was average. But I mean, for me, it was my first time. So being that was my first time, yeah, it was painful for me. It was definitely painful for me, and it took me a minute to recover and bounce back. So I would like to say, like, yeah, like, dude, that is normal. You shouldn't be worried. Don't freak out about it. Just soak yourself in some water or whatever like that in the bath. You'll be all right. It may take a few days, but it'll be all right. And as time progresses, as you get more comfortable bottoming, your recovery time will lessen. Okay. Question number 2. Okay. The guy says, I don't know what to call him, but Jody, he basically says, I basically accepted with the number of gay fantasies I have that there's no way I'm completely straight. Well, I'm glad you decided that. I ain't have to tell you, but okay. I'm in an 8-year relationship and everything is perfect. I never dream of cheating on her with women. But when it comes to men, the thoughts do not stop. I don't know. If I need some dick to get it out of the system, whoa, okay, escalated, or something. Every time I walk past train stations, I think of all the Reddit threads about what goes down, and this one guy on X Hamster. You thought this through a little bit. Okay. Each time I feel my body gravitating to those stations near Cross or Liverpool Street, then I have to stop myself. Well, I'm glad you have some control and discipline. I mean, you're at a damn train station. What, you want to pull it out right then and there? Okay. Wow. Fantasies is really extreme. I sometimes even hope that something happens in a gym. Some people make it seem like they are on that vibe but don't want to ruin a good gym. Is it the thrill of it, or I'm fetishing cruising too much? Just thought it would be nice to hear thoughts on it. Okay. Well, first off, sir, we have to go back to the beginning, because in the beginning of this, let's just, no. There we go. I'm in an 8-year relationship and everything is perfect. Okay, let's stop there. You're in a relationship. You are in an 8-year relationship with somebody, and you're talking about going to the train station and getting some dick to get something out your system. Sir, you need to break up with your girl. I know you say it's perfect, but baby, you need to figure out what you want, because you said it yourself. You never think of cheating on her with a woman. When it comes to women or female girls, whatever, you never think about cheating on her. But then when it comes to niggas, all you want to do is cheat. Baby, you need to pause this relationship and figure out what it is you really want, because it's clear, and it's no shade to you or anybody else. It is clear that you may want a guy and you're curious, which is okay. Just don't try to, experiment with that curiosity while in a relationship. And also be careful wanting to just go do random things in train stations and gyms, sir. You need to first figure out if that's even a cruising spot, because I know some cruising spots, and even I know you just don't go there just be wanting to whip it out and stuff. You need to start small. I understand you have some fantasies, but from what I'm getting from you, you've never done anything with a guy. So we need to start small. Maybe try hooking up with a guy one time, just behind closed doors, maybe not at a train station or airport or bus station, nothing like that. Let's try to keep things legal, safe, because those things can go wrong in so many ways. You can approach a guy at a gym and think he's with it, because even you say it right there, you say, I sometimes even hope that something happens in the gym. Some people make it seem like they are on that vibe but don't want to ruin a good gym. You don't know. I think it's so dangerous when guys do this, because who's to say you approach the wrong guy at the fucking gym and you get your ass beat? Who's to say you don't end up in a trunk somewhere? I'm just saying, I watch a lot of true crime. You want to be careful. Now, granted, have I done things in cruising spots? Yes, but it was usually a gay environment. I would be at a bathhouse. I will be at a sex party or club or whatever. I'm at a nude beach, but I'm careful because I don't want to do it in front of the wrong people. It's a lot of ways about it. You have to really read the room. And if you're not certain if somebody's into it, then don't do it. But first and foremost, though, buddy, we need you to focus on, figuring out your relationship, because you're in a relationship. And I think you lost the plot after the first sentence because you was focused on the relationship at the beginning because you was like, it's perfect. I never dream of cheating on her or women. But then as soon as you said, but when it comes to men, it's like the floodgates open. Like you got real excited. You was talking about all the fantasies and whatever. You said you wanted to get some dick to get it out your system. Like, whoa, like get some head first, maybe kiss a guy, jack off with him. I don't know, but let's take our time first before we jump into that threshold. We don't even know what you like yet, sir. Like, you're already trying to cruise and do all kind of stuff. I just think all this is a lot, and you're moving very fast. I think you should I really think you should first figure out if you want to be in this 8-year relationship. Because I know you say it's perfect, but is it fair to her that you're thinking about going to jack off with Johnny at the train station? Unless she in on it, I don't think that's fair to her. I'm just saying. So definitely figure that part out before you test any rivers or play around in where you said Liverpool Street. Before you go down there at that gym and try to go into the sun and accidentally sit on somebody's dick, let's slow our roll first. You know what I mean? And take our time and figure ourselves out. I really think that's what you should do. And that's another thing. A lot of people really need to figure that out first. Before y'all get in these 8-year relationships, 10-year relationships, figure out what the fuck you guys like. You cannot tell me out of the entire time of your life, fuck that. The entire time of the 8 years that you was in this relationship, you never once thought about anything sexual with a man? Because I know you said you've never thought of cheating on her with a girl. Got that. Good. But I'm wondering, has these fantasies just began or have they always been going on? Because if they have, then you have a deeper thing you need to be looking into, and it shouldn't be focused on whether you want to cruise or not, or where you should cruise at, or what's the good cruising tactics. You need to be figuring out your sexuality and what you want. And if you want to be in this 8-year relationship, because again, like I said, it's not fair to her for you to be doing what you're doing. Okay. Anyways, next question and last question before I go on to the main topic. I'm going to use this question to segue into my topic. Is jerking with your friends considered gay? Here's what I'm going to say. There's two answers I have. Yes and no. Reason why I say yes is because it depends. When you guys are jerking off, are you jerking each other off? What type of porn are you guys watching? Are you guys watching any porn? What's the environment like? There's certain things that can make it lean towards yes, but also it could lean towards no, because I do believe, honestly, a lot of straight guys have watched porn together and they've jacked off. May not have jacked off in the sense of like, yeah, put your dick on my dick, but in the same vicinity, same room, because it's the same as if guys that run a train, you know what I mean? When they run a train, it'd be two guys in the room, you know what I mean? And typically, yes, you guys are gonna probably both be beating y'all meat because y'all want to get hard and wrecked for the girl, right? So it's not necessarily gay in my opinion. I think it only becomes gay when there's male on male activity going on, whether that's in the porn or whether that's physically, or you guys are saying stuff to each other, or even if you guys are watching each other. If the premise of you guys jerking off is you guys being turned on by each other, that is more gay. I think if the premise is more in the lines of we just trying to get a nut and it ain't got to do with each other, I was going to get this nut whether he was sitting right here or not, no, that's not gay. Because I'm pretty sure there's guys that share dorms, that fuck in the same dorm room, that jack off in the same dorm room with their other dorm mate or whatever, and nobody thinks anything of it. You sneak and do it. You try not to get caught. All types of things. That does not make you gay. But when the male on male activity becomes frequent, or when that happens and that takes place, yes, it can be a little homosexual activity at that point, in my opinion. And that brings me to my main topic. Casual sex with friends. Ugh. Like, honestly, I think it's okay for friends to have sex. Hear me out. That does not mean that you should and you can have sex with all your friends. Every one of your friends is not going to be that person that you should be able to comfortable with. I have friends that we have never crossed that boundary, never thought about crossing that boundary. We've never talked about crossing that boundary. Nothing of the sort when it comes to sexual things. Then I also have friends who we've done some freak stuff together and been able to keep a friendship and no problems. But it is complicating because, let's be honest, when it comes to casual sex, feelings can get in the way. People do catch feelings. It's just something that happens. And you have to know yourself to be able to say, am I going to be able to have sex with this person and not get caught up? Is this person going to be able to have sex with me and not get caught up? Is this going to be a normal thing? Are we friends with benefits, or are we just friends and it just happened one time because we got drunk? Like, I've had so many instances. Okay, let me think. Okay. I have a best friend. That I grew up with, right? And me and him were so close growing up and stuff like that. And we've never had sex. Never. But, and that's a very big but, we have kissed. We have gotten flirtatious and we've crossed a line or two. And the only reason why I've never allowed it to go further than that, and I think he feels the same way, is because we know we cherish our friendship more. And also we know that there's a possibility there could be feelings. So we just never crossed that threshold. I've never tried to fuck him. He's never tried to fuck me. We cool. Kept it like that. But there are friends that I have that it's like, let's be real. Y'all know I've been in threesomes. Y'all know I've been at orgies. Y'all know I've been invited to couple hookups and all kind of stuff. So I have plenty of friends who just like was just fucking, and they knew I was in the room or they knew I was around. They didn't care that I saw. I didn't care that I saw. Sometimes I joined in. Sometimes I didn't. And it was casual. It's been times when I've gone to a sex party or a bathhouse and I happen to run into a friend that I see there. And I'm like, oh, that's my homeboy. We cool. And we may do something. But it never goes anything from there. I think in the gay community, it's a little bit different in, in the straight community. But in the gay community, we are so sexually expressive. And we're very confident and bold about our sexuality that we're okay with those moments when we do want to, link with somebody, or we want to do a little something more. Yeah, that's not as shocking to me. I do think, again, it's a formula to it. It's a math and a science. It's not as black and white. You can't just fuck everybody. Like, I have some people that I know that they fucked all their friends. Every last one of them. If you come in contact with them, you're going to have sex. I'm not that freaked out. Because 1, I'm not attracted to everybody. 2, I'm not that fucking easy. 3, I don't even be on that mood and that time all the time. So a lot of time when I hang out with my friends, I want to do just that. Let's just hang out. Let's smoke. Let's go out and have drinks. Let's go to the mall. Let's do something. Sex has nothing to do with that. Now, I do also have friends that I do keep strictly for that. I have friends that I basically keep in that freak box that like, yeah, this is my freak friend. Yeah. When we link up, there's a possibility it's going to go there. Like when we link up, there is a possibility we may have sex or something's going to happen or whatever like that. And I'm cool with that. We're aware. We both understand what this is. We don't get no strings attached. We don't get worked up in our feelings. Ain't nobody upset about nothing. We just doing it. We just doing it. You know what I mean? Just like homies that get each other off. It's the same thing like the jerking off thing. I've had friends that I've jerked off with plenty of times. That I've baited with or cruised with. And nothing's come of that. And those still good friends. But again, everybody's not capable of doing that. Everyone is not able to link with somebody and keep their emotions out of the picture. Everybody's not capable of not making it messy. Like, I think that's another thing. I'm so open about shit. I don't sneak around. I don't hide. I don't lie. It ain't everybody's business, but I'm never going to sit up here and make it look like it's something that it's not. So if I'm open to some shit, my friends already know what's down. I can tell you, all my friends already know I'm a freak. All my friends already know I'm nasty. They already know how I get down. If my friend don't approach me on that type of stuff, I'm not going to approach them on that type of stuff. But if a friend approach me on that type of stuff and I'm attracted to them, or if I'm down with it or whatever like that, I'm like, oh yeah, cool, whatever. And it goes that way. It goes that way. What are we going to do about it? You know what I mean? Like, okay, it goes that way. It ends up happening just like that. I mean, just, it happens. And I've had moments like that where it's gone that way. And I've had moments like where feelings have got involved. There has been times where guys will be like, I want to be with you or I like you and stuff. And I just saw them as somebody just to link with or have fun with or whatever because I was comfortable with them. And I would have to friend zone them, or I would have to distance myself or cut off the sex thing. Like, casual sex is supposed to be casual. So the reason why it's so casual and so simple and not complicated is because at any point you should be able to turn it off if you don't want to do it. There's no strings. There's no emotions. There's no hang-ups. Nothing should be holding you guys back. So if you guys want to take it further, you can. If you don't want to do it anymore, you should be able to. It's casual. No love lost. No one's feeling stood up. No one's feeling ghosted. No one's feeling taken advantage of or manipulated because it's just casual sex. It's very casual. It does take a strong maturity level and a lot of discipline to be able to pick and choose who you can have casual sex with, who you cannot have casual sex with, who you can cross that line with, and who you be like, nope, not this friend. Because like I said, I have friends where I'm just like, oh no, we can't do that. We can't do that. Like, I have some friends, I have a few hoes. They're not hoes, but they like my whole friends that I just know, like, they hit me up, they're like, hey, Robbie, guess what? This party going down, whatever. You should come. All right. I know there's a possibility that me and that person may have sex. I also know there's a possibility there's going to be other people I may have sex with there. Cool. Fine by me. I'm down. Like these gays may be taking these cabin trips or whatever like that. Hey, let's all go. Let's go play strip Uno. Or strip poker, strip spades, whatever. Play truth or dare, all kind of games and stuff. Let's get drunk. Let's have fun. It's casual. No strings attached. Nobody finna be running out of here crying. Ain't nobody finna be jealous. Ain't nobody gonna be feeling some type of way. That's one thing I can't stand. I don't have time for any of that jealousy shit. If you the type that get in your feelings real fast because somebody else is touching me in front of you, we can't do this no more. Because me and you, we're not exclusive. Me and you, we're not in a relationship. Me and you, we're not dating. We're not courting. We're not talking. We ain't doing none of that. So what I'm doing with the next nigga should not affect you. It should not bother you. It should not make you uncomfortable. You should be cool with it, because at the end of the day, baby, this is all casual. My God, today. Honestly, when it comes down to it, just simplifying it, casual sex is really an issue when it comes to females. And that's only because of how society perceives women. Women aren't allowed to have casual sex. They aren't allowed to casually date or just go around promiscuous or whatever the case may be, because they're seen as trashy. They're seen as sluts. They're seen as whores. Whereas men can just walk into a Walmart, meet a girl, and fuck her, and it'd be just all cool. You know what I mean? And nobody's going to bat an eye. Nobody's going to call him out his name. Nobody's going to say he has no self-respect for himself. No one's going to say all that. But when girls, they're going to get ridiculed. They're going to be tarnished and looked at differently. They're going to be called, basically ran through, and they was loved by the crew, and oh, she for everybody. And you know what I mean? Like, community pussy. You know what they say. They say all of that. But the same can be said for males, which is why I don't judge anybody. I say have casual sex. Do what you want to do. I just think you should be smart about it and don't have casual sex with everybody, because everybody don't deserve it. And everybody ain't going to be able to handle it, because everyone's not mature enough or sexually mature enough to even handle having casual sex without any issues and problems or like conflict down the end. You know what I mean? Down the road. Like, when it comes to the gay community, casual sex is a lot more common. Sometimes it's more common than non-casual sex. Like, you can get casual sex like the drop of a dime, and it's because it's just so easy and it's so simple. Like I said, for guys, we just wake up sometimes and we're like, you know what, I want some ass today. And if we want some ass today, we can just go get it. Or if we want some dick today, we could just go get it. Hell, if we want to get our dick sucked, it's just that easy. Drop of a dime. We could just turn on our phone, find somebody within 5 miles, and get it done. It's just so easy. And a lot of us, some people judge people for it. I could never be one of the people that judge people for casual sex, because I have casual sex. Like, what the fuck? But there's some people that judge people, like people that judge people that are on the apps, or they're being promiscuous, or, oh, you have sex with this many people. Baby, so do you. Like, I grew up literally sitting here, keeping track of my body count, being very like, I have to keep my body count low. I have to keep it below 4. I got to keep it below 5. Really thinking that gave me a badge of honor. Until I realized my self-respect does not come from my sexuality or what I do in the bedroom. My self-respect is from within. It's how I respect myself. And if I'm respecting my wishes and my choices, I'm not allowing anybody to use me or take advantage of me, or I'm not doing it for the wrong reasons, or I'm not doing it for other people, and I'm casually doing it for myself, and I'm not tricking myself or deluding myself into thinking that it's going to be more, or whatever the case may be. I'm not putting myself in a very bad predicament. When you're putting yourself in a bad predicament, or you're basically harming yourself in some way, whether it's mentally, physically, or emotionally, yes, then that's a form of disrespect to yourself. But I don't think you lose value if you're having casual sex. Like I said, we're humans, we're adults, we're grown. As long as it's consensual, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Everything doesn't have to be long-term or emotionally attached or romantic or romanticized. It don't have to be like that. If you just want to have some, you can get some. Now, it should not be your day-to-day thing every single day. Like, you should be able to go without sex. You know, you should be able to handle that. You should be able to function and go to work. You should be able to go to the grocery store. If you want to be able to, I don't know, you should be able to live your life and function in society. Pay your bills. Spend time with family. Enjoy your friends and society and the community you're in. And it don't have to always revolve around sex. Because, again, that's what makes it casual. It's a casual thing. It's not a big priority. It's not some big thing that you have to do. It's casual. Keep it cool. Play it cool. Don't do too much. Enjoy it when you want it. And when you don't want it, don't ask for it. It's very simple. It's very fucking simple. Everybody, let's just all settle down and keep it simple. And remember, everybody is not the person you should have casual sex with. Okay? Let's all be mindful of who we decide. Let's be mindful of who we choose. And let's also make sure we make the right decision when we do choose them. Okay? And I think that's it for today. Or tonight, that is. I basically touched on everything I was going to fucking touch on when it comes to casual sex and everything else going on. I'll be back again with another episode. I believe the next episode I'm going to touch on... I'm probably going to talk about my next relationship. Not my next relationship, but my last relationship. Not Johnson's, but the one before that I really don't talk about, Bleach Body. I'm going to talk about the Bahamian, y'all. That'll be the next episode. So, y'all want to hear about that? Tune in. Otherwise, stay tuned for more. I love how I sound like I'm on a TV program. Oh my gosh, you guys. Y'all shouldn't smoke and drink. It's not good for you. And on that note, I did enjoy myself talking to you today. I hope you enjoyed yourself. And if you did, come back next Wednesday. Every Wednesday after that. Tune in to what I got to say. And yeah, just keep linking with Robbie.